Proteus is a strange game, strange in that I find it hard to actually call it a game. To me, it seems more like a tool to relax, well, most of the time. Proteus is an indie Steam game going for about $10 at full price, but I'll state right now, it's not worth $10 at full price. If you can get it on sale though, I definitely would pick this up if you can. This game does indeed have a goal and things to do, but the goal is not the main appeal of the game. Instead, it's the journey, as short as that journey is. Proteus can be completed in under an hour, but does offer some extras in the form of a wilder world generation for reaching the end. So what is it that you actually do in Proteus? Well, you walk around and listen to music. It's not that simple. Okay, it is. But there is more, but bear with me here. In Proteus, you're plopped right down into the ocean after starting the game. There are no directions, and the only controls are stated in the main menu. There's no pause button. Holding escape will only slowly bring you back to the main menu. The only other controls are WASD to move, shift to walk slower, kind of reminds me of Half-Life actually, and spacebar to sit down. That's it. There's no inventory, no way to pick up objects, none of that. It's not a survival game. It's not Minecraft despite how it looks. There's only really one goal in the game, to play through all of the 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. You can only progress to the next season after reaching nighttime and heading to a portal. You don't have to leave, but it's probably recommended. One day in the game lasts about 10 minutes. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, yeah, it is. So what's the point? Why bother? Well, every time you start a new game, the island changes. And on that island, there are creatures, plants, and events that can occur, all depending on what season you are in and what time of day it is. Remember how I said the journey is more important than the actual goal of this game? This is where that all comes in. There are 6 main landmarks you can find in Proteus: a graveyard, a giant tree, some creepy totems, an old cabin, castles, and a stone circle. The 2 last ones are actually both used for teleporting. The castles allow you to teleport around the island, while the stone circles allow you to speed up time or teleport to the next season. All of these landmarks will have different events depending on what time and season they are located in. You can also find some other smaller objects and landmarks, but I can't list them all off. We'd be here for a very, very long time. There are crabs do. But that's not everything that changes with the seasons. There is something else pretty important that changes with the seasons. Music and, well, sound. And while I say music, it's not exactly a soundtrack. See, one of the main reasons I enjoy this game a lot is that there is no soundtrack. Instead, every object, every animal, and every plant, everything in this world makes a sound. What you do on the island, where you are, and how you interact with the island's life will affect the music as well. And it all changes depending on the season and time that you're there. That's the theme of this game. Time. Even the credits have clocks in the music. Oh, yeah, the only actual songs in the game are in the credits section and the main menu. There's actually 2 main menu songs, one at the beginning, which is just the theme that plays in the ocean, and the other for completing the game. And all of this comes together to just create a really comfy feeling. I'm a huge fan of just video games and when they make you comfy. It's kind of why I really like Animal Crossing. But oh yeah, there's also this shit. For whatever reason, this game also has a lot of trippy and kind of creepy events. Looking at them afterwards, they aren't really that creepy. But when you're playing around in this dreamland of an island, and suddenly the sky turns red and a floating head pops out behind a tree to play hide and seek, it catches you off guard a bit. Seriously, I don't know if this is just me, but playing this game and that stuff starts to happen, it sends a chill up my spine. I'm getting spooked by pixels. God damn it. There's a surprising amount of stuff to find in this game, and also a surprising variation in what they are. In fact, while getting footage for this video, I even found some things I hadn't seen before. So earlier when I said the game could be completed in an hour, that was technically true. But if you want to see everything this game has to offer, you're going to have to play for longer than just one playthrough, since every time you start up a new game, there are new events and a new island to explore. There is actually one other mechanic I didn't mention in this game. One last control. You can press F9 at any time to take a postcard. Postcards are images that sort of act like a save file. Loading them up will load you back onto the island at the same time, place, and location. I actually didn't know about this feature until I learned about it on the forums, and yeah, this would have been very useful to know. Looking on the forums also, there are still new things being found in this game, which is actually pretty cool. Makes me wonder just how much hasn't been found in here. Is it worth those $10? I don't know. I would say if you don't have this game, don't pay the $10 for it. Wait for a sale, wait for a bundle, follow my original advice. But if you really can't wait for a sale and you really do want to experience this game and you're a fan of atmospheric stuff like this, then sure, go ahead. I enjoyed it and I don't really regret paying the $10, but it would have been better to just pay $3. In an era of shooting games and everything being about being the best, it's nice to sit down and relax for a bit. We get so lost in all these competitive games and just trying to be, number one, we kind of forget to relax. So we gotta appreciate games like Proteus. There aren't too many of them nowadays. What does Proteus even mean? Huh. A bacterium found in the intestines of animals in the soil. Oh, that's just lovely.